everybody, and welcome. My name is Sophie and I'm one of the lifestyle educators here at Positive Choice. Welcome to our 4-week healthy spine sequence. Today we're going to be mostly lying down on our backs. This is going to be a pretty relaxing sequence, so maybe at any time that your spine is feeling tight, maybe from sitting or whatever, this will be a nice little break to use this little routine for. We're going to be needing 2 blocks. If you only have 1 block or don't have blocks, see if you have anything else at home that might be same size as one of these, and you can also use a blanket for the other one. Remember that this video is not meant to diagnose, treat, or override any of what your doctors are recommending you, and modify any movements as needed. Alright, we're going to start on our backs. And we're going to start in what we call a fallen bridge pose. So you're going to walk your feet to the outer edges of the mat and your knees comes into touch. And we'll place our hands down on the lower part of your abdomen. And if you feel prepared for it, you can close your eyes. And start by just taking a deep breath all the way down into your lower belly. Feel it open, lifting, and expanding. And as you exhale, let that belly sink back in and your lower back slightly moves down towards the mat, releasing any tension you may hold in the lower back area. Deep breath in, fill up, feel the front side of your body lifting. And take an exhale and let it all release heavy down into the mat. Do that one more time. Breathe in. You may feel that when you're lying here that you are on the inhales expanding over the lower part of your back and letting it relax and contract in with your exhales. Here we're going to slowly toe heel the feet in right behind your glutes. So you have a straight line from your hips down through the knees and down through your toes, and we'll take one of these blocks and put it between your thighs. If you do not have a block, that's okay. You can just kind of pretend that you're squeezing on a little bit to something so your inner thigh stays engaged. Let's start by keeping the hands down your sides and your palms are facing down. Go ahead and roll your shoulder blades a little more in and under so you feel this nice opening over the chest. Tuck your chin slightly so your neck stays long. On your next breath in, find a little arch in your back. It's like you're tilting your hip bones down towards your feet. Your belly lifts. And as you exhale, find the reverse movement. Your lower back moves slightly down towards the mat. You do not have to press it down, just feel this movement. Inhale, you find a little more of an arch in your back. Feel the space between the mat of your lower back. And as you exhale, we find the reverse movement. Your lower back moves slightly down. Let's do this one more time. Inhale. This time you inhale and find some engagement through your lower abdomen and pelvis as you rock forward through the hip bones. And as you exhale, you can relax it and sink back down. On your next breath in, come back to a little arch in your lower back, engage your pelvic floor and your lower abdomen. And on your exhale, press into your feet and lift your hips up as far as feels comfortable in your lower back. We try and lengthen the glute muscles down towards your heels so that your lower back stays kind of flat. Your glute muscles are engaging, your hamstrings are engaging, and your lower abdomen stays in. Take another breath in here. And as you exhale, roll down your spine 1 vertebrae at a time, rolling down through your lower back until your tailbone lands on it. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, find that little arch in your back, engage your core and your pelvic floor. Exhale, press it to your feet and lift your hips up. Hold it here for an inhale. And on your exhale, slowly roll your spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. From here, we keep the hips on the ground, but let's bring the arms up here to a 90-degree angle. Kind of like cactus arms, as we call it. And you're going to begin to press your arms down into the floor, and you feel your upper back engaging. You may feel that if your shoulders are a little bit tight, that your hands are going to lift a little bit off the floor. That's okay. Over time, you'll be able to get your hands closer and closer down to the floor. So as you press your arms down into the floor, take a breath in and reach your arms up and overhead just as far as they go as your shoulder blades, arms stays on the floor. And as you exhale, bring them back down to that 90 degrees, squeezing your shoulder blades in together. Your core stays slightly engaged through this whole movement. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, feel the shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other as you go down. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Keeping your chin slightly tucked, neck is long. Exhale, bring your arms back down. We're going to try and add these two movements together. Inhale, find that little arch in your lower back, engage your pelvic floor and your lower abdomen. Exhale, press your hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. And exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together as you roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale, little arch in your back, engage your core and pelvic floor. Exhale, press into your feet, lift your hips up as high as feels okay on your low back. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, sliding along the floor. And exhale, slowly roll down, arms comes down by your sides. One last time. Inhale, little arch, engage your core, pelvic floor. Exhale, hips rise. Inhale as you hold your hips and arms slides up. Exhale as you slowly lower down. And when you're all the way down, keep the block between your legs and hug your knees in and over your chest. And as you squeeze the knees inwards, you feel your tailbone lengthen towards the back of the mat. Now press the back of your head slightly down into the floor, making a double chin. If it feels good, you can rock yourself a little side to side, finding a little gentle massage of your low back. From here, bring your arms out to a T shape with your palms facing downwards, and we'll lift the legs up to a 90-degree angle. So your knees are right over your hips and your feet are out from your knees. Take a breath in. On your exhale, gently hug your belly button in and begin to lower your legs down towards the right side. Try and hold back using your core strength and only go as far down as your left arm and shoulder can stay on the floor. Inhale, come back up to center nice and slow. Exhale, slowly lower down to the left side using your core strength. When you cannot come lower, inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, use your core strength and lower slightly down to the right side. Do it one more time to the left. Inhale, come on. And exhale to the left. As you come up to center, on an inhale, we'll exhale and take it down to the right side, and you may take the other block here or a blanket and put it underneath the right leg. Your left arm and shoulder stays connected on the floor. And with the blocks, it's so smart, you can just take it up on a higher level if you need more extra support to keep that left shoulder on the floor. And from here, we want to relax as much as we can into those legs, not holding back. And if it feels okay on your neck, you can turn your gaze over towards that left hand. Take a deep breath into the left side of your rib cage and all the way down towards the side of your waist and down towards your hip. And take a deep breath out and let yourself relax into this twist. Do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Your next breath in, find a slight engagement of that core and slowly lift your legs back up to center. Grab the block if you needed it as support, and we'll slowly on the exhale lower the legs down towards the left side. We're trying to keep the knees right on top of each other. So just as far down as that right shoulder can stay on the floor. And then you can turn your gaze towards the right hand. Trying to relax your legs like you don't have to hold them there. Find a position where you can completely give in. Take a deep breath into the right side of your rib cage and the right side of your waist. And as you exhale, let yourself sink a little deeper and more relaxed into the mat. One more time, deep breath in, fill up. On your exhale, let go of tension. Slightly engage that lower abdomen and bring your legs back up to center. And on your exhale, hug the knees back in and over your chest, lengthening the spine from the tailbone and up to the crown of your head. And slowly release your legs down to the ground. Remove the block from underneath. And we'll take the right leg here and cross the ankle on top of your left thigh. With your right hand, bring it to your inner thigh and guide the knee upwards. So right now we're stretching into these muscles that sits on the outer side of the right glute, the right hip. If you feel like this stretch can take a little more intensity for you, you can lift the left foot off the floor, guide your right arm in between the left and right leg, and then wrap your fingers around the hamstring of the left leg. Then you can give it a gentle pull. A stretch do not have to give you a deep pain. It's just to the point where you sense the stretch. The right elbow can gently push in towards that inner thigh to bring a little extra intensity into the stretch. From here, if it feels good, you can try and explore the stretch by rocking a little bit side to side. Just see how it changes the stretch. And at the same time, we get a little massage over the lower back and over the top of your sacrum. Take another breath in here and give it a little extra pull. And on your exhale, slowly release the left leg down. Take a breath in and lift the right leg up, stretched up. And on your exhale, bring it back down. And we'll switch side, lift the left foot up, and then cross it over. Flex to the ankle, lift your toes towards the ceiling, and then we guide that left knee upwards. And you'll start to feel that stretch on the outer side of your left hip. Again, if you can take a little more intensity, thread the needle here by bringing your left arm in between your legs and your hands wrap around the back side of your thigh. Try and keep your head down on the mat. So if you're kind of trying to wrap around the thigh, but you can't do it without keeping your head up, then maybe grab a towel or strap in behind the thigh so that you can still relax your head down. You don't want to strain the neck to get this reach. And once again, you can do a little rocking side to side if that feels good. See how it changes the stretch. Maybe there's a spot that stretches a little bit more for you, or a little bit better. Where do you need this stretch the most? And as we slowly come back to center, take a breath in and give it a last little pull. And on your exhale, release the right leg back down. Inhale, bring the left foot up in the air. And on your exhale, release it down. Your hands are still down by your sides. And on your next breath in, we'll come back into this bridge pose. Bring your hips up towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to hold it and make it nice and supportive. You're going to take a block and put it in and under your sacrum. Make sure it's not up on your lower back. You want it to be at the top of your sacrum so that the block is kind of lengthening your glute muscles back towards your heels. That creates a little more space here for your lower vertebrae. Shimmy your shoulder blades in a little bit so that your chest stays nice and open. Your next breath in, bring your right leg up to the ceiling. Flex the ankle, straight leg. And on your exhale, lower it down so that your thighs are parallel with each other. Inhale, bring the foot back up, straight up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, bring it down parallel with the other thigh. One more time. Inhale, bring it up. And on your exhale, keep the legs straight as you lower the heel all the way down to the ground. And we'll get this nice lengthening on the front side of your right hip. And from here, you can relax that foot and relax the weight of your hips down and over this block. So you kind of feel that the right foot is rotating slightly outwards. That's okay. That just means you're not holding back with any muscles. So we're working on stretching deep into the psoas. The psoas muscle, or the iliopsoas muscle, sits on the inner side of your spine, down into your sacrum, and then from your sacrum and down onto your thigh. So this movement, or this hold, will stretch deep in there. You may feel the stretch kind of deep inside your abdomen right here. Your next breath in, bring that foot straight up towards the ceiling again. And on your exhale, bend the knee. And just take a moment to feel the difference between those two sides. And breathe deeply down and into your low back. Your next breath in, bring the left foot up towards the ceiling, flex the ankle. Leg is as straight as possible. It's okay if it starts in a little more of an angle. It kind of depends on how flexible we are. Take another breath in. As you exhale, lower the leg down so that your thighs are parallel. Inhale, bring the foot up as high as you can get it. Exhale, lower it down so that your thighs are parallel. Last time, inhale, foot comes up. And exhale, keep the leg straight as you release it all the way down to the ground. And as your heel reaches the ground, you can release the tension in that whole leg and in your hips. Allowing yourself to be supported by the block and by the floor underneath you. Breathing deeply down into your hips, into your pelvis, and into your lower back. With every breath out, allow yourself to release the weight of your body down towards the floor. Maybe there are areas of your body where you're still feeling you're holding on to some tension. Can you release it with your exhale? Your next breath in, bring the foot straight back up in the air. And on your exhale, bend the knee and plant the foot. Stay here, observe the changes for another inhale. And as you exhale, remove the block and roll down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. And when your tailbone hits the ground, allow your knees to fall back in together and walk your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Once again, you can plant your hands down on your lower abdomen so that your hands kind of create this little triangle with your thumbs and your index finger. And every time you breathe in and your belly and your lower back expands, your thumbs and index fingers move slightly apart. And as you exhale, it will sink back in and your fingertips will touch. You're welcome to stay here as long as you want and feel that relaxing sensation of the deep breathing. And whenever you are ready for it, you can come back up and continue your day. Thank you guys for joining me for Healthy Spine Sequence. Namaste.